breaking fucking news, y'all. DLSS just released for Assetto Corsa and Content Manager. That means a lot of people are gonna be getting a lot more frames than they could ever wish for. Although DLSS is only for NVIDIA GPUs, that means if you don't have an NVIDIA GPU, you might as well just sell your fucking setup. Anyways, I'm gonna show y'all how to install it real quick, and then I'm gonna show y'all some benchmarks and scene performance comparisons. Get what I'm saying? Overall, I think this is huge for the Assetto Corsa community, especially if we get newer versions of DLSS as soon as they've released, like DLSS 5 would be absolutely crazy. I cannot wait to see how that performs in the Assetto Corsa niche, because it's a total different game. You don't really see faces, you only see cars, weather, lighting, everything besides faces and like first person shooter shit that you would usually see on like YouTube and TikTok. But anyways, without further ado, I hope y'all enjoyed this comparison video. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Safety, y'all. Deuces. So the first thing y'all want to do is make sure y'all have the newest version of CSP. If you don't have it, you can download it from the link in the description. First thing you want to do is open it, feel me? That's how we get started. Then you want to go to your Steam. Make sure you scroll all the way up to Assetto Corsa, find Assetto Corsa. Then you want to right click on Assetto Corsa, browse local files. Then you'll see these files, you'll see extension, right? You want to make sure extension matches this extension. And then you want to drag these two, put it in there, right? And if you get the replace prompt, just replace it, doesn't matter. I already have it installed, so I'll definitely get the replace prompt for me. Like, it doesn't really matter. And as soon as that is done, you can close both these files. Now you have CSP installed. And you want to go to settings, custom shaders patch, and go to adjustments. So now you'll see upscaling, right? It'll probably be off with all these settings right here. Bow. You want to activate it first, then you want to change this to NVIDIA DLSS. Mind you, if you don't have the exact same CSP version that I just installed, the Preview 338, you will not have this unless it's 338 or above. Again, 338 or above for the future reference, right? So you want to select NVIDIA DLSS. I always turn this off and choose which quality preset you want. Me personally, I would go with quality 67%, just because DLAA really doesn't change much performance. Quality is where you start getting real, like way better frames, like 30 to 40 FPS more, right? And basically what these percentages mean is, for example, let's say my native resolution is 1440p. That's what I play on, that's what my monitor is and my video settings are on. If I select quality 67%, that means it goes down to 67% of my native resolution. So for example, in this occasion, from 1440p to 1020p, that's 67%, right? And anything lower than that is obviously going to be lower than 1020p. For example, if you're on 1080p, you'll get even way lower resolutions, which is crazy to think of. But obviously with the percentages, you'll get way worse quality but way better performance. Ultra performance, I really think that nobody really needs this unless you have a super bad GPU. But in that case, hey man, just save up for me. Nah, but all jokes aside, quality 67% and balance 58% are the best presets you can go for. I personally don't use this because I have an RTX 5080. It's just not necessary. It would be too much. I would barely see any difference besides quality. And if you're running like a 4060, maybe 5060, this would be super ideal. Maybe even balance or performance, that would be super ideal for your occasion. And that's literally that's the easiest thing. You can activate it in game, you can restart your game, it doesn't matter. You can do this mid game. That's the best part about it. For my sake, I'm just gonna turn it off for me, but yeah, that's literally it. And I'm gonna show you some benchmarks and scene comparisons of what different downscale presets do. As a matter of fact, talking about DLSS preset, always leave this on auto. Trust me, you do not want to mess around with these. It's like there's no need. Anyways, without further ado, just keep on watching. For me, I'm gonna show y'all. As you can see here, the first image that I'm showing y'all is native resolution, no DLSS on. You see the bloom, you see the reflections, everything is looking natural and how it's supposed to be. But on the second image here, if we switch to DLSS, DLAA, we get a slight increase on bloom, a little bit of static in the bloom, and like the lighting, the reflections are a little bit worsened, but it's still overall manageable, although I don't think it's worth putting this preset on just purely because it doesn't give you a lot more FPS. For me, it doesn't give me any FPS at all actually, but this is all just preference. And this benchmark on SPA using GT3 cards, which is not very demanding for the GPU or the CPU, I saw a huge increase in FPS, which I usually also get, but I was averaging around 250 FPS using DLSS Ultra Performance Quality. The second video, no DLSS, I was averaging around 170, and in the third video, I was averaging around 210 FPS on DLAA quality. I also noticed a lot of things while running private benchmarks without recording that if you switch from DLSS, obviously depending, or if you turn it on in general, you're gonna lose details, a lot of details such as raindrops on your windscreen, smoke, and a lot of other things. Those little particles that you see that are just details that don't really matter but also do matter because they make the environment of the game, right? The lower you go with DLSS, basically the less tiered like raindrops you get on your windscreen and also your windows or anything in general, the less good smoke is gonna look, the less good glare and bloom is gonna look. Everything in general is just gonna downgrade in quality, but at the end of the day, it's totally up to you if you want to sacrifice that for performance. Me personally, I like to keep my stuff looking good, especially for replays and videos and live streams, so I'm just gonna stay off the DLSS. It doesn't really matter to me, but I could see this being so usual for a lot of other people. But yeah, that's basically gonna sum up this entire video. I hope you guys enjoyed this cool little benchmark slash comparison video. I don't specialize in this category. I just thought, fuck it, I'ma just make people in Assetto Corsa aware that you can finally use DLSS and get way more frames, because we all know Assetto Corsa is a very demanding game and it's very old as well. The game engine is very old, so you barely get an FPS nowadays. But yeah guys, please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, if DLSS is going to be good for us in the future or if it's totally unnecessary. Just let me know in the comments guys. And every single clip was recorded using GWAP 2.5, so if you want my graphics, go to my link in bio, go subscribe, show some love. It's totally unnecessary, but if you do want these graphics, go ahead and feel free to do that. Safety y'all.